Welcome back to the Skyrim playthrough here at Trippy Commentaries. My name's RJ. Today we'll be heading up towards Bleek Falls Barrow. We'll be making the trek through the mountains here. I did make sure to upgrade our character a little bit here in Riverwood. I did upgrade our Imperial armor here. I contemplated switching us up to Iron armor, but I don't think it's going to be necessary, so let's skip out on that for now. I did upgrade our bow and arrow. I grabbed some extra arrows just in case. And I also upgraded our axe, which we'll use to melee some of these enemies to death. But for now, we will be saying goodbye to Riverwood, and we'll also be saying goodbye to the sun, because we're heading to a place where the sun does not shine. This game does a really good job at making the first dungeon, which this should be the first dungeon. It doesn't have to be. Sometimes when I started the game off, I would just take an opposite direction just to see what would happen. And that sometimes isn't the best choice because you end up fighting characters that you're not supposed to fight yet. So I definitely recommend heading up to Bleek Falls Barrow. Even if you played the game a couple of times and you don't necessarily want to go there first, it's still an area that you're definitely going to want to get out of the way as soon as possible. Oh, down boy. This wolf is pathetically easy, as many of these enemies will be at this point in the game. This is pretty much your basic RPG. It might have much better graphics. It might have a different play style than your old school Final Fantasies and games like that. But to me, it still really does have a lot of the features of an old school RPG. Let's go ahead and switch up our favorites here. Healing will be 1 and the longbow will be 2. Basically, if you hit left or right on the D-pad, it will bring them up right away without having to go into a menu. It'll be definitely nice because we can go from the arrow to the health. There we go. To our health raising magic ability with no problems. But yeah, I think this is a pretty basic RPG for the most part. It's masked in a really intricate and epic world and game here, but to me a lot of the elements are just taken directly from the original RPGs from the past, and they just make it a whole lot more fleshed out to make it even better. Instead of upgrading just a couple categories such as magic and attack, they give you a ton of different things to upgrade, and it just completely sprawls out through the entire game. Normally, there's always going to be something that you really want to upgrade, but you can't because you're too busy upgrading something else. Uh-oh, here we go. Some people think they can take us on. Now, at this point, we're probably pretty scared here. We don't know what we're capable of. Man, I'm on a hard setting, but that was pretty easy. That chick didn't act like she wanted to kill us at all. She just kind of watched us as we killed her. Let's take her clothing. We'll leave some of the heavier equipment behind because we'll have a long ways to go before we head back to a place where we can sell our equipment and our excess items. Who is shooting me? It's definitely good to look on the top there where you have that compass radar. Will let you know exactly where you need to go to find the future victim. Sorry, bandit. I think my bow and arrow skills are better than yours already. And it's not bad to get hit, I will say that. That's why I'm not really trying to dodge too much. Unfortunately, you do want to get hit because it upgrades your armor stats. It's probably a flaw with the game. I don't like how you have to get hit in order to actually upgrade yourself. But, whatever. What can you say? Let's see if this bow we just picked up is any better than the longbow that we're using before. Okay, we have the hunting bow, which is a 9. And the longbow is also a 9. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and get rid of this hunting bow for now. It probably is stronger than longbow because once we upgrade the hunting bow, it'll be better. But we will find plenty, that's for sure. Looks like we cleared out the bandits in this area. Let's head up into the tower. This looks like a larger coin purse. 23. Excellent. Money is very valuable in this game, and I know that sounds like an obvious statement, but there's many RPGs where you don't even have to worry about money. Maybe at the beginning of the game, but after that, it's pretty much useless. Oh, damn it. Who are you? Oh, this guy's got some pretty good equipment. Damn. And he is quite powerful. Our archery has been upgraded, and our level progress is upgraded as well. And we're going to take advantage of a glitch right now, just to show it off. If you do level yourself up in the middle of a battle, it will re-heal everything, from your stamina, to your magicka, to your health. Let's go ahead and upgrade our magicka. So it's pretty good to use it in the middle of a battle. It really wasn't necessary in this case, but it is definitely useful if you're fighting a dragon or somebody pretty difficult to defeat. What do we have here? Looks like we can't do anything else in the archery skill. I don't want to upgrade anything in as far as armor yet, because I don't know which route we're going to go as far as light or heavy armor. Probably go with light armor, just because I'm a fan of the glass armor that we'll be receiving later in the game. What do you guys think? Let's go with... we're going to need restoration right away. Let's go ahead and use this. Just in case we get in trouble, it's going to be useful to be able to heal ourselves for less cost than it would normally take at this point. Alright. That iron shield has actually got a pretty good value. We'll take that for now. A lot of times we won't mess with that stuff too much because it's pretty heavy. But we got plenty of room right now. And looks like we just grabbed a helmet as well. 17 compared to our helmet, which is 20. Guess so. We're going to stick with the Imperial armor for now. So we went ahead and cleared the tower there. Not bad. Now we can move onwards towards the massive dungeon, where we'll find a couple key items in the start of the game here. The Golden Claw, and apparently some kind of dragon stone or something that will perhaps give us information on the dragons. And here we are. Man, doesn't this place look completely epic? Bethesda just did a freaking awesome job at designing these areas, from characters to the designs of the caves. The only complaint that I'll have is there are some slightly repetitive areas and environments that we'll be exploring, but even when you look at it on paper, there still is a lot of different styles that we'll be exploring. Uh-oh, this guy's got a massive hammer. It's going to be good to... let's get out of here. In fact, let's go ahead and heal ourselves. Another reason why you're not... I mean, it's not too bad of a thing to get hit, is it gives you an opportunity to heal yourself. Stand back. This guy's pretty strong. Damn it, hold still. I am tempted to switch out to my melee weapon, but I really do want to upgrade this bow and arrow as soon as possible, but we will switch it out soon. Let's see if we can get any distance right now. Man, I cannot wait till we get to be able to zoom in the bow and arrow. Slow motion is really not too useful. I feel like it can sometimes be somewhat cheap, but we'll use it eventually. That is one of the perks you can get for the bow and arrow, by the way, if you're not too familiar. Hold still, damn you. Excellent. Haha. I'm going to go ahead and check out our armor and make sure we have everything well equipped here to head into this first dungeon. Alright, yeah, it appears as if the Imperial armor is still the best way to go. A lot of times this fur armor is good to grab even towards the later portions of the game. It's pretty light for armor, and it's got some good value to it as well. I think we did clear out everybody from the outside of Bleek Falls Barrow, and it is about that time. It is time to enter into the first real dungeon in the game. Let's go check it out. Here we are. Right off the bat, you can see some dead bodies. That is a pretty good clue to get into sneak mode. And not much further ahead, you'll actually get a glimpse of a couple humanoid-looking creatures. They must be men. Or in this case, probably a female as well. Take that. As you can see, definitely good to get the sneak attack, because that's yet another thing that upgrades your character. It's pretty apparent that pretty much everything you do will upgrade your character one way or the other. And you do need to take advantage of that to make sure your character is maxed out as soon as possible. It's pretty easy to head into some locations that have some really hard foes. I mean, there's boss battles in this game, and they can be extremely difficult. And because of that, you got to make sure your character is pretty strong as early as possible. Okay, I raided the dead carcasses of the bodies found around here. And, man, who knows what we have in store. Obviously, these guys have a hideout here, but how deep have they gone into Bleek Falls Barrow? I did grab a woodcutter's axe back at the town there, Riverwood, just to cut up some firewood to use to upgrade our bow and arrow. But then I immediately sold it because it's not something I want to hold on to. What do we have in here? Good amount of gold and some useless boots. I think we are about ready to head into the caverns. I'm trying to see if there's any urns around here. That's certainly things you kind of have to hit, just because there's very valuable gold and jewelry hidden inside. In fact, here's some right here. I'll go ahead and hit all these and meet you guys on the other side. There wasn't a whole lot to be found there. Let's continue on. Is there something up here? It looks like the cave is caved in. And it is nothing but a dead end. There's a lot of really cool secrets to find in this game. In your first playthrough, you're just going to walk by a ton of stuff, that's for sure. And your second and third playthrough, where perhaps you take more time or explore a different area that you didn't look in the first time, you'll be amazed just to find how much stuff you actually did leave behind. It's kind of funny. For those of you who've played the BioShock series, this game really does have a lot in common with that game as far as ravaging and pillaging every nook and cranny just to find everything. I mean, there's a lot of situations where you're going to find secret items that make you a lot more powerful, and they're well hidden, so you got to look really hard. Oh, damn it. Oh, he has fallen victim to the trap. I almost killed him ahead of time. I definitely shouldn't have aimed for him, but he completely ignored that. And let's see what his undoing was here. Alright, so we have some symbols around here. The trap has killed this man, so let's make sure to figure out how to get through this area without dying. So this is a little bit confusing. I think how it goes is you have snake, snake, whale. So perhaps if we just align that correctly, snake, snake, and Shamu. Let's go ahead and try it now. Aha! You dumbass, how could you not figure that out? Let's continue forth. Lesser soul gem. Oh, accidentally hit A on that, even though there's nothing in there. Perfect. Oh, nice. Scroll of Firestorm. I don't really use those too much, but they can definitely be helpful if you're fighting off with some perhaps enemies that, as I've mentioned, are a little bit too powerful for you to handle at that point. You can always just activate the scroll. Uh-oh. Let's go ahead and switch it up to our Frostbite and freeze these enemies to death. Who goes there? Some rats, apparently. They're called skeevers in this game. Hopefully they do not contract rabies. definitely good enemies to use the magic on. They go down without a fight. Damn. This place needs a good cleaning. There's a lot of cobwebs. Ooh, we have another scroll. Scroll of Fireball. Perfect. That's one of the magic attacks that we'll be learning a little bit later on into the game. Hopefully not too later, because that's one of my favorite attacks. Arvel the Swift. This is a pretty memorable portion of the game, I have to say. Let's go meet Arvel the Swift. Get out of my way. Hey, buddy. Oh, fuck. Oh, damn it. Let's get back. This part, you definitely are going to want to keep your distance. Grab your bow and arrow. If you stay on this side, the spider cannot attack you, and it is very powerful. It can also spit venom at you. It's not doing that to me now. Not sure if maybe it's one of the easier spiders because it's meant to be ran into pretty early in the game. But you can see he's tough. He's not going down pretty easily. Oh, damn it, I've been poisoned. Once again, it's not really a bad thing getting hit because it will just help our armor out and allow us to replenish health and upgrade our magic anyways. Now you do slowly regenerate. There we go. Almost ready to upgrade again. Oh, the Queen Spider's got some moves. Let's go ahead and put it away with a melee attack. Here we go. What? Was hoping it would do a finishing move, but that works. You are dead, Queen Spider. And now we can go save this friendly man over here. I wonder, I think there's a way perhaps you can hit a lever and maybe get the spider to fall down this trap. Let's have him hang around for a little bit and check these urns. Let's continue. Alright, who are you?
You did it. You killed it. Now
Damn
put
right.
me down before anything else shows up.
Give me the golden claw.
I know how it works. The claw, the markings, the door in the Hall of Stories. I know how they all fit together. Help me down and I'll show you. You won't believe the power that
Oh, really?
hidden there.
Well, he sounds pretty genuine. Let's go ahead and save him. Perhaps this guy will be a great partner in our journey. He could be our Robin to our Batman.
It's coming loose. I can feel it.
Alright, Arvel, let's go save the world together. Wait, where are you going? Oh, come on. I just wanted to be friends. Well, this guy apparently is a fool. He is running away from me. I just destroyed a giant spider. You'd think he would know by now not to run away from me. Uh-oh. Where have you led us, Arvel the Swift? Time to die. Alright, now this is the introduction of some pretty difficult enemies here. Definitely be careful the first time you come in here. Yeah, we're getting tag teamed here. And we will go down pretty quickly if we allow us. But really, just backpedal. That's a good technique to use. And one thing I mentioned to do, let's go ahead and do it again. Let's take advantage of a small glitch and upgrade ourselves mid-battle. That way we can actually get back to 100%. Because we are going to be smithing when we get back, let's go ahead and upgrade this stat. And that way when we get back, we'll be ready to make some steel armor for ourselves. Let's switch it up to the iron battle axe and teach this undead a lesson. Aha. Badass. Alright, I'll go ahead and ravage these bodies and meet you guys back in the room before this one. Okay, so we grabbed everything here in this small room. Arvel, I believe his name is, ran right through it, so we had to make sure to double back and grab everything in here. There was a soul gem and some loot. And Arvol was actually carrying the golden claw, so he had it. I'll show that to you guys here real quick now. It is something we'll be seeing quite a bit. This one is the golden claw, but we'll come across every color in the rainbow pretty much. You have like sapphire claw and all that, but pretty cool. If you look at it, you can see some designs on the bottom. Here we have, looks like the polar bear, the moth, and the cocoon. And that will be the answer to a puzzle coming up. Here's an obvious trap. Be careful not to step on that, because this thing sometimes can be powerful enough to kill you in one shot. You'll find some traps here in the game that will kill you right away, and that could get annoying if you didn't save. These guys here, these white undeads, you can see how you can't interact with them. That means they're going to come alive and try to kill you. So let's get a head start. Shoot them in the head. You have an arrow in you, my friend. I know you were going to try to ambush us. Damn, this guy actually has magic. This is the first magical enemy we have come across. Now, most of the time these guys will fuck you up. This guy is pretty weak, and we can take him out pretty easily here. Thank goodness. Your days are over. Let's go ahead and heal ourselves up here. Oh. Let's go ahead and take this guy on with the iron battle axe. You think you can take me? I think someone is hitting us from behind as well. They were double teaming us. Oh, triple teaming us. Okay, this would be a good time to probably use some of these useless minor potions that I've been talking about. I have a few of them, and I'm not going to need them for much longer. Uh-oh, they're going to hit the trap. Yes, I know. I see that. Alright. So I believe I'll show this off here. Why not? In fact, let's go ahead and put the frostbite venom on the bow and arrow there, on some arrows. We have plenty of these minor healing potions. Quite useful at this point in the game. You are taunting us. Now you will die. Once again, you know, I will mix up weaponry pretty soon, but I really do want to upgrade our archery skill. It's going to make sections like these even easier. I definitely recommend you guys check some of these dead bodies found around here. I did do that off screen, but they have gold on them, so it's pretty good to check those guys out and get as much gold as possible. Once again, I do not care if I get hit. It just helps me get health anyways. A lot of times you'll see things like this on the hanging from the ceiling, and these are actually well hidden traps. You can use them for yourselves, or sometimes they'll fall down on you, but to kind of show them off, let's direct this guy up here. Over here, buddy. Take that. Oh, I missed. Oh well, probably better off now. We can kill him for ourselves. One thing that's also going to be really good to take advantage of is shouts, but at this point we don't have a single shout. We need to learn one pretty soon though, that's for sure. Here's another trap. You can see there's the oily substance on the ground that we saw in the opening area. Hopefully this time we can actually time this out better. Take this. Haha. Die. Man, these temples or tombs, whatever you want to call them, are just so well done, man. It makes you wonder why they haven't done like an Indiana Jones game. I know I already mentioned the Indiana Jones, but it's so perfect. It just reminds me if all we're missing is some snakes. One of these times I'll have to make a custom character that looks like Indy. That might be kind of cool. Oh, nice. Amulet of Talos. What do we have around here? This is a very strange area. Okay. Definitely catacombs, a lot like what we saw back in Whiterun. Ooh, a treasure chest and a waterfall. And a guy who's going to try to kill us. Let's take him out. One-on-one, mano-y-mano, Draugr. Flawless victory. I do prefer two-handed weapons to one-handed, so we'll be working on the two-handed skill a little bit more than the one-handed skill, at least right off the bat. Here's a secret here. If you hit this chain here, you can open up a passage. Let's see if it leads us anywhere good. Actually, maybe this was the area intended. I thought it was a secret area, but apparently that's the way we have to go. Let's make sure we didn't miss anything here. Yeah, that was just a small room. Nothing really there to find. Let's continue. Now, a lot of these dungeons are going to be extremely big. What the hell is this? A troll skull, eh? Let's see if we come across a troll at some point. It's an odd glow. Looks like we have some mushrooms here. Let's go ahead and grab some. These are used to make potions and stuff, which I really don't do all that much. It's a little too time consuming. And there's already enough things that I'm going to have to do that are going to take up time. But we'll do it eventually just so we can upgrade ourselves. A couple more scrolls there in that chest. But yeah, what I was getting at is a lot of these dungeons are going to be very long. And it's definitely one of those things that when you head into a particular dungeon, you just got to make sure you're well equipped and everything's ready to go, because there's a good chance you can be in it for an hour, possibly even longer. There's a weak Draugr. We'll take him out with the bow and arrow. Go ahead, upgrade my heavy armor. Please do. Alright, we have a bit of a fork in the road here. I think we have to head forward, but there might be something down here, so let's go check it out. Aha, a chest. I find the unlocking mechanism to be pretty easy. If you do lose your lockpick, another thing not really too much to worry about because it upgrades your stat a little bit when you do break them, so don't worry about that too much. Can we make it through this small cave? Nope. Doesn't appear so. Let's go ahead and move on. See, this is what I'm talking about as far as just excellent design with these dungeons. As I mentioned, we will be seeing this design many more times, so it can be a little bit repetitive, but it just looks fantastic. Especially this first dungeon, Bleek Falls Barrow, is a pretty cool combination of caverns with the catacomb-like areas, and it's just a nice area that brings a lot of variety to the first dungeon of the game. What do we have up here? A shadowy creature. Let's get him from far away. Try to get a sneak attack in. Stand still. Gotcha. He is restless. Don't worry, I'll put you to sleep. I'll make sure you get plenty of rest. Ow. Nice. Once again, we have upgraded. Wow, that is awesome. Level up. Let's go ahead and level up, and we'll probably call it an episode here. Once again, we'll take advantage of increasing our health right before we die. And right before we end the episode, let's go ahead and upgrade our... I'm thinking about two-handed, but I just want to look at restoration, make sure we can't upgrade anything there. Enchanting is something we're going to need to upgrade here pretty soon. Smithing, nothing we can do there. Heavy armor we'll hold off on. Let's go ahead and upgrade the two-handed skill, seeing as we are going to be using that quite a bit. So we have made it through the first area of Bleek Falls Barrow. Let's see what we have in this chest to reward us. Now this is an apprentice level chest, so perhaps there is some good stuff in here. Let's find out. Sure, why not? Not the best. But I think we do have everything in this initial area. We will be moving on and trying to find this legendary dragon stone that we're here to find. Perhaps unlocking the secrets of the dragon. So tune into the next episode. We will head into the Bleek Falls Sanctum.